We're with Adam Feldman. Adam is a criminal attorney in Phoenix, Arizona. He's agreed to answer some questions related to sexual abuse and sexual assault. With that said, let's go into the first question we have. Do you have direct experience in defending sex abuse cases? And if so, what is it?
Absolutely. So I have tremendous amount of experience when it comes to sex abuse, sex assault, child sex crimes, child pornography crimes, everything like that. Basically what I'd say is this: in Phoenix or the surrounding areas, I can probably count on two hands the attorneys who specifically handle these cases, and probably on one hand the attorneys who handle these cases very well and very competently, and I'm definitely one of them. I've been doing these cases for quite some time, and the reason my reputation is so good with these types of cases is because, quite frankly, I win a lot of these cases that shouldn't otherwise be won. And a lot of attorneys will review the facts and will kind of jokingly ask me, are you really taking this to trial? But I do, and I win. Now, with that said, that doesn't mean that every case can go to trial and be won, but when it comes to going to trial on these cases, even the hard cases, I do very well. When it comes to the representation of these cases, I do extremely well, and I have been doing them for quite some time.
Okay. If I'm charged with the next question, if I'm charged with sexual assault, what types of defenses are common?
The best defense, which we see time and time again, is consent, and it just makes sense. Two people, they engage in some form of sexual contact, sexual relationship, and next thing you know, somebody is claiming rape against the other party or sexual assault. But the idea is that whatever the sexual contact was, there wasn't an agreement to it. Well, oftentimes, unfortunately, what we see is that it's an angry woman who's decided to put these charges against the man. And it's not that these are easy defenses. These cases are never easy, but through proper case workup, through the use of an investigator, there are so many different techniques that we can use to help combat these cases using a consent. For example, I've had multiple cases where what we do is our investigator just scours the Facebook pages of the alleged victim. And oftentimes we find that on the day that what should be the most traumatic event happened to this woman, in other words, the day she's claiming she was raped, we'll find her on Facebook doing selfies, you know, going out, having a great time, and doing everything that you would think wouldn't be happening if she was truly the victim of a sex offense. And that just, it assists us in demonstrating that this was truly a consensual event, and that because she was angry for one reason or another, she is now using the legal system to go after this man for not wanting a relationship or being rude with maybe not calling her back, something like that. The other type of defense that we use is really insufficiency of the evidence. It's kind of a catch-all defense. The idea with that is you don't have the ability to place this person at the crime. You know, you don't have DNA, you don't have any recordings, you don't have information to substantiate your charges. And this is a common occurrence also. For example, somebody says, hey, this guy did this to me, and they charge him. But do they have any evidence to prove it other than what this girl said? Yeah, sometimes the answer is no. They don't have the DNA because the disclosure was too late. They don't have any videos because that's just not a common occurrence. And then the defendant didn't make any incriminating statements. And with that, you don't need to do a consent defense. Oftentimes the best defense with that is just, it's called insufficiency of the evidence. You as the prosecutor or as the state, you don't have the evidence to substantiate a conviction.
Okay. Final question we had is, do sexual abuse cases usually plead out or go to trial? If it does go to trial, how long will this process take?
It depends. I guess the general answer is the majority of cases actually plead out. If you look statistically for all defense attorneys, probably 85–90% of all cases end up pleading out. Now, with sexual assault cases, I'm not familiar with the statistics as to how many plead out, but I do find that more of my sex-related cases end up going to trial than pleading out, because oftentimes the plea agreements are horrible. You know, guys come to me, they have no criminal history, and next thing you know, the state's asking them to do 10, 15, 20 years in prison, and the case has tremendous avenues where we can exploit the facts and really represent good defenses. So why would you take such a horrific deal when you have a true opportunity to beat this at trial? As far as how long will this case take, it really depends on the case. It's fact specific. Some sex cases have DNA, have other types of forensics, and lots of different witnesses. Other cases, it can be a he said, she said, and those cases can take 4 days, where the one with the forensic interviews and the expert witnesses, that could take 2-3 weeks. It just depends. So the best thing to do is just to call me, and we can go over the facts of the case, and I can probably give you a better timeline as if this went to trial, how long would the trial take?
Okay, excellent. If you have any more questions for Adam, all you need to do is post them in the comment section below, or you can reach out to him directly. Thanks for your time, Adam.
Thanks, Ryan. And like I've said with other posts, these cases are very fact specific. And so while the charge might be the same from one client to another, the facts couldn't be further apart. So feel free to call me at the number below, 602-540-7887, and we can discuss. The consultation is free, the telephone call is free, and I'm more than happy to help. Thanks again.
Thanks, Adam.